You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Libra, welcome to your Aries New Moon Alchemy Scope. Doing it a bit differently this month, a little more condensed. It's all going to happen together at this divination table. So all the separated elements, almost all of them, are going to be here. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling. And a reminder that I'm using my deck, my own personal private deck for this. I've had people ask if I sell this, and I don't sell this as of now. This is still my own personal, not mass-made deck. We're going to tune into your event, circumstance, or situation that's likely to be coming forward to mature and evolve, at least the majority of Libra-centric people over the course of this time frame. And then I'm going to talk about our fantastic Sabian symbol and your I Ching that came up. So Libra, what is it that's coming up for at least the majority of awakening, evolving, Libra-centric people? Libra. Okay, that came pretty quickly. All right, lovelies, let's see what's coming up here for you. The healing card is coming up again. That's come up a couple of times. Okay. So, beauties. Okay. Well, there's something coming up with a spouse or a partner for at least, this is a general reading. So we're tapping into the storylines, these kind of cyclical patterned trajectory sets for the different demographics. And so for a good portion of you, certainly those in relationship, there's something being assessed for sure. But we'll talk about this more in a second. So let's talk about the Sabian symbol. So when I pull up, first of all, these run with the new moon cycles. So for those who have tuned in before, I'm repeating myself. But for those that are new, the alchemy scopes follow nature's cycles. So these follow the new moon cycles. So this scope runs from April 7th to May 6th. It's the Aries new moon chapter. The Sabian symbol imbued at the 18-degree Aries point, where the new moon is occurring in 2016, is fabulous. It is the magic carpet of Oriental imagery. So take a look at this clip.
Over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view, no one to tell us no, or where to go.
So as you can feel, certainly from that clip, but just from the words magic carpet, there is a joy, a bliss that gets evoked just so naturally. I mean, first, it's a carpet that flies, so magic is inherent in the storyline, and magic is always appealing, and the reason why it hits a nerve is because it lives at the core of natural systems. Magic is at the core of natural systems. But with this imagery, we're talking about freedom. This is freedom. This is not being tied or linked. You are flying high, baby. And this is also a matter of seeing long view, seeing clearly, seeing below you, around you, clear view. The perception is unimpeded. So there's a freedom of view and there's a freedom of physicality. So it's fantastic, okay? So for the macro cycle, for all of us, we're talking about a magic carpet is underpinning the storyline. Fabulous, right? So Libra, for you, when I pulled the I Ching, which I do every month to pull up your microcycle, so for Libra-centric people, what is the theme? What's the energetic theme that's playing out for Libras at this time? You received number 38, diverging interests. And this does have to do, it talks about, it has the energy of estrangement. It has the energy of division and moving in separate directions. And I have to tell you, there is something coming up with regards to a partner that is feeding that. Now, this is a general reading. So for those that are not in partnerships that want personal readings, or for those in partnerships that still want to get distinct readings, or see me for coaching, which is my deepest work, that's really the work that I do, I encourage you to look. I have a whole list of packages that I've developed, and it's on my thealchemyofholism.com/the-service. The link is below. Now there's an opportunity, Libra, for you to understand that what is going on with regards to your partner, with regards to your spouse, any kind of a difficulty or a confusion, because really what's coming up is that there's some confusion that's coming up in your mind with regards to your partnership. So you're unsure, you're unclear. Is this going to be something that needs to end? Is this something, it's like you're assessing. In fact, you are in the process of it. So in the center of the spread, let me just show you. So in the center, we're talking about the topic of spouse is coming up, whether or not you see yourself with that spouse, and you're working through the process of assessment. So this entire month, it's for a lot of you. Again, not all of you are going to be in partnerships, but for those that are partnered, or by the way, for those that are not in romantic partnerships, but it could be a partner, like a business partner. So it could be that in a general way, there's a partnership that is either love or business that you are really assessing at a new level. You're in the process of really understanding, do I see myself, reflection, with that person? That's what's happening. Now, you're confused, so you're not clear. You have some questions, in other words, that's coming up with regards to this partnership. And you are imagining, that it might be a good thing to release them, or to be released, to separate out and to let them go, or for you to be let go. So indeed, you are having thoughts about being released or releasing, and maybe that would be a good thought, a good thing. And indeed, at the foundation, you're thinking, you know what, maybe that is the right thing to do. So is it synchronistic that now's the time? Maybe things have come to a place where it is the right time for people to go their own way. Maybe it is the right time for diverging interests to be actualized. You're evolving, you're maturing. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But maybe they're just going in a different direction no matter. You certainly are. If you've landed on this channel, you're certainly evolving to some degree, if not radically. And you're aware of it, you're awake to it. And you might very well know that whatever is playing out, that it's part of the storyline, that's part of the web that is unfolding. It's part of what needs to happen. And the interesting thing, Libra, is that spiritually, over the course of this Aries new moon cycle, it looks like you're going to develop a belief that, I don't know, that a belief that you're okay, a belief that it's the right thing, a belief that things are good, that, you know, life is like intrinsically good. So there's something like you're going to be feeling healed, or you're going to be feeling not burdened with, I don't know, something that would have been more of a victim mentality around poor me, around something that's happening with diverging interests, or, you know, maybe the relationship has come to the end of its journey, its life stream. But there's some opportunity. So emotionally, and this is connected to these, so emotionally, you're going to be feeling that indeed, you know, things are okay. And emotionally, I feel positive. I feel optimistic. I feel like what has occurred has been good, and it was a wonderful opportunity for me. And I see it as a healing thing. So again, I'm just saying that if indeed there is something coming up with partnership that is questioning whether or not it goes forward or whether it doesn't, either way, a lot of you, because this is a general reading, so not all of you are going to be tapped in here, but a lot of you are going to be understanding it was for the best, it was beneficial for me, and it was beneficial for them. And maybe it's just time. Maybe now's the time that we evolve, and, you know, maybe we stay together, but maybe we don't. Maybe we go our separate ways. So let's take a look at the other cards and see what's coming up. So Libra, this is Carolyn Mace's Archetype card deck, and we're going to tune into what is the growth edge? What is it that wants to be matured within you over the course of the cycle? What's the predominant piece, quality that wants to be matured? Okay. So Libra. Libra. Okay. Child nature. So this has to do with connection with animals. It could be that this month that you are to kind of access your childlike nature a bit and reconnect with affectionate tendencies is kind of what I'm getting. But let's take a look. So this is about evolving out of, you know, tendency of abuse of people or the environment. So any kind of element where you were abusing other, and I have to say, I don't necessarily think this has to do with abuse of animals. I hope not, if you're tuning in here. But it could be abuse of subtle kinds that have to do with partnerships, okay? And then it's about maturing into friendship and communication with nature and nature spirits. So child nature inherently brings up the idea of wonder, awe, connection, innocence, lightness of being, openness. You know, there's an openness and a willingness and a curiosity and a beauty in an innocent state of being. And I actually really feel that's really the growth edge, at least for a lot of you. So, you know, there's there's some wonderful people that say, you know, look at people as innocent. I remember Rhonda Byrne years ago, a life coach, you know, on TV from many, many years ago. She would say, look at people as innocent. And others replicate that message. Byron Katie talks about it as well. And I've learned experientially that is the truth. Excuse me. And I'm having trouble now with a cough, which it could be that's what it is. Maybe see your partner as innocent. Excuse me. It could be that that's the case, Libra. Like maybe you need to understand that you're innocent, and you need to understand that they are also innocent, whatever partner it is. So if it's a love partner or a business partner, that everyone is on their soul's evolutionary process journey. Everybody is writing and directing and acting their story, but it's theirs to write. It's their higher self's evolutionary process through you. So, and through them. Everybody's innocent. Everybody's doing the role that they're here to do. So it could very well be that that is the growth, that's the maturation for you, Libra. Okay, so let's take a look at what the guidance is. You know what? I think that was it, because that throat thing came and went. I think that was it. Okay, so let's take a look. So this is Colette Baron Reed's Enchanted Map deck, and this is just a fantastic deck. I just love it. Her articulations are very much like my own. So I appreciate the artwork in these as well. So let's take a look at what the guidance is for Libra over the course of this Aries new moon cycle. Libra. There it is. Libra. There was a couple that wanted to come, I feel. Actually, Talisman is coming up again. I'm going to do another cut because I have a feeling there's another one. Yeah, this one wanted to come. Wishing Well. Okay, interesting. So let's take a look. Let me show you these. So Talisman came up upright for you. That was the first one out, but there was definitely this one that wanted to come, Wishing Well, and this came up reversed. So let's take a look. So Libra, and isn't that interesting? Wishing Well is 48, Talisman is 49. So there's a progression of numbers there from one thing, evolutionary growth to another. So let's take a look first with Talisman, because that came out first. And Talisman did come up for another sign, however it came up reversed for the other sign. So for you it's upright. All right, so number 49, Talisman. A lesson truly learned is crystallized as earned wisdom. You have all you need for the success you seek. Wisdom allows you to recognize traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you are on your journey. It helps you recognize your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. Now you're at a place where you know the right things to do and the best choices to make. You really cannot commit a mistake. Whatever your inquiry, great fortune awaits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. You've learned your lessons and earned the right for your success. I love this because it's having you remember and tap into your inherent wisdom. You have a lifetime of experience. That is for you to draw upon. Access the wisdom, Libra, that lives within. because that's going to alleviate the confusion. That's going to alleviate the confusion. Now, wishing well came up reversed. Desire is the sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. Isn't that interesting? Desire is the sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. This is about releasing and letting go. This did come up in the mental sector, and it could be that if you have desires that aren't being met, have the desires, but let go of the attachment. Let them go in the ether, let them go on their journey. You can hold them, but don't attach to them. Let life work its magic out. Because it could be that you're feeling some disappointment or something's going on here that's causing, some aggravation. So let me show you this. So the wishing well reversed. This is not the time to force anything to happen in your life. Especially whatever seems to be eluding you. You can't demand that the universe provide you with what you want. Unmet desires can burst into a destructive fire of obsession. Step back, breathe, and take your attention away from what you want. Ask instead for what you need. Only the unseen knows how to align desire, inspiration, and its manifest form. As the coin disappears into the mystery of the dark pool at the bottom of the well, have faith. Don't engage in wishful thinking. You must co-create with spirit, not make demands. You may yet get what you want. Never forget that life is filled with choices. Make a wish, but be open to the enchanted way in which spirit fulfills your desire. Both talisman and wishing well are talking about detaching from outcome. Deepak Chopra for 30 years has talked about this. You have the intention, you place attention on it, but there's inherently a release. You detach from any specific demand of an outcome. Because if it's too specific, you lose the magic of life to actually present you with what you want, provide you with what you want, for the synchronicities to actually, with least effort, produce what you need and want, what you ultimately desire. But in the meantime, you have to be appreciative of what you have. That's the catch-22. That's the trickster element of life. You have to be grateful for what you have. You have to. And you have to, because actually it's natural. There's so much abundance. So, wow, Libra. Very interesting. It's like you have the power. You have the power. But there's something about letting go of demands. And it's about, for me, for you, with this child nature, there is this innocence that's at hand. And there's also a seeing the innocence in the other, seeing the innocence in life and its journey and the story of the unfolding. I hope that serves you. Let's take a look at your Dakini. So who are you to embody this month to optimally flow over the course of this cycle and really gain maximal benefit? Let's take a look. Libra, this month you are called to embody and become number 19 Tantric Kitty. Meow, welcome to my domain. Tantric Kitty is my name. I am perfect. I feel no shame to proudly proclaim, for to me all places are the same, and I am always free. I own my animal self. It is regal, sovereign, and highly attuned to its own sensitivities. I am Tantric Kitty.